Welcome to the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the show, leave a comment, and click that like button. Man, we got to start talking some basketball, man. I mean, it was a big night last. We got to transition,
right.
man.
That's right.
We had Joe Embiid dropping 70 on the San Antonio Spurs last night, man. That was crazy, right?
Yeah, man. It was a showing the young rookie, Wemby. It was Wemby versus Embiid, and I guess he wanted to show him a little something. Like, hey, watch this. And Wemby played a good game. I mean, he really did score 34. He played a good game, but
33.
Yeah, it was 33. Okay, 33 points. But he played good, but Embiid just took him to school, yo. He
sure did. He sure did.
He was hitting from outside. He was hitting it. That free throw shot that he shoots. That shot that he shoots when he gets to around the free throw line and he pulls up because everybody worried about him going to the basket, and he just pulls up. He's getting really, really good at that shot, and he's so tall you can't block it. Can't block it, and he's going for the MVP number 2. He's definitely trying to vie for the MVP number 2. I don't know if Jokic's going to do anything to try to counter. I mean, Jokic did have a triple double tonight, but he does. He always pretty much leads the league in triple doubles. I don't know if he gonna be able to wrestle away that MVP from Embiid.
Yeah. I
think he had like 18 rebounds on top of that.
He did. That's what I was about to say. And he had 18 rebounds on top of 70 points. And we got to start asking the question, with Joker winning MVP, leading his team to the championship last season. You got Embiid doing big things. We had Big Cat drop 62 in a loss to the Hornets. Man, it seems to me like the big man is back. You know what I'm saying? For a while, it just seemed like small ball had taken over the NBA, had taken over basketball altogether. And it seems to me like the big man is making a comeback. So,
well, okay, so it's like kind of, but it's like see, Cat did his a different way than Embiid did his. You know what I'm saying? Embiid did his in the paint.
Yep.
Cat did his from outside because Cat hit 10 3-pointers.
Yep.
You know I'm saying 10 3-pointers is 33 points by itself.
Right.
I mean 30 points, sorry. 10 3-pointers is 30 points by itself. So he it's different. It's not like he didn't play big man style to me.
Okay. I agree with that because I
bang in the paint and post you up and
right. Because I mean the other half of his shots, because he shot the ball 21 times, like you said, 10 of them with threes. But I saw a lot of them was off the dribble. As they were trying to close out on his shot, he drove past them and laid it up. So I never really considered Big Cat and then Karl Anthony Towns. They never considered him like a center. Like I think that's why they brought in Colbert to take that on for him, because he's not a true center. But he plays more like a power forward type of a deal, or small forward. But he is 7 feet tall.
Yes.
That's hard to handle. And then, then you got Porzingis in Boston playing big minutes for them. So, that I just see the bigger players are kind of making a comeback, and I get what you're saying. He's not posting up. They're not all posting up anymore. It's not like the big men of the 90s when Shaq was just bullying everybody in the paint.
Yeah, they just own the paint,
Yeah.
You got big guys that like to shoot 3-pointers.
Right.
Including Giannis, nobody really turns their back to the hoop no more. Just back you down, just back you down and do some post-up moves,
Right.
They don't they get out and they want to face you up and cross you over. What I'm saying?
We will never see the sky hook again. And the sky hook was impossible to stop. And nobody does it. It's insane. I mean, Kareem had perfected that shot, man. That sky hook.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I still remember as a kid watching the Lakers with Kareem. And I remember one time he did a damn sky hook from the 3-point line. And it went in. I was like, yo, this dude, this shot is unstoppable. But yeah, I mean, but it's transitioned a little bit, but it evolved. right? It became a small ball league where you had these small forwards playing your 7-foot center, playing defense like Draymond Green, 6'7", defending your center and beating you with small ball and just outrunning your centers up and down the court. But now these centers are playing much better, like Joker, Embiid, Porzingis, Antetokounmpo. You know, uh, the big man seems to be back. They've evolved a little bit. They're not Shaq. They're not Patrick Ewing or any of those guys. But they've evolved a little bit to play against the small ball. So I'm enjoying that much of it.
Today's game, today's game is a lot faster.
Yeah.
They run up and down the court a lot more. There's much faster pace. Have you noticed these over and unders in these basketball games?
No, I haven't noticed it.
Oh man, you see a total 256. You know, this is pregame. 256, 254, 252.
That's about right. That's about right. I mean,
yeah, but these are the highest totals I ever remember seeing.
Yeah.
Especially this many times, you know. And they'll still go out and go over.
Yeah, they are. Like the Pelicans and the Jazz. The score is 130 to 106, and there's still 5.5 minutes left in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, the Pelicans might put up another 20 points to score 150 on their own. You know what I mean? They're already up to 132, and CJ McCollum has 33 points. So yeah, man, today's league, man, like, you know, growing up in the 90s when the games were 90 to 86 or something like that. Those days are gone, man. These teams are now dropping 120 easy.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's ridiculous what's happening right now. The scoring, you know. I mean, do you say that they score more, or do you say there's just no defense being played? You know, because I think it might be a little bit of both.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Anymore.
And I know a lot of people gonna hate me for saying this, but there were a lot of dudes back in the 90s that really couldn't play. I'll be honest with you. They were out there to be goons. Straight up.
Oh yeah. They definitely had goons back in the day.
But no, they had plenty of goons. Charles Oakley, Anthony Mason, Charles Smith, Anthony Davis, Antonio Davis.
I mean, half of the Pistons team was goons.
Half of the Pistons team, right? Yeah, they were goons.
Yes.
Not Anthony Davis. What was it? Dale Davis, Antonio Davis of the Pacers. They were goons. Their job
was what was his name? Malone? Was it Malone?
Which one? Not Karl Malone.
No. It was a tall, dark-skinned dude paid for the Pistons. What? It began with an M. I think his last name began with an M. I cannot remember what his name.
I know you're talking about
Mahorn.
Yeah, goon. Yeah, Rick Mahorn.
Rick Mahorn. Straight goon. Straight goon.
Yeah, their job was to grab rebounds and then intimidate the opposing team. That's it.
Yep.
And I think now the league has evolved, and you got all these European players that come in, the big European players, the big 7-footers that are playing, that are playing from the 3-point line and playing off the ball and stuff like that. They've changed the game. And I think now you got more players that can score than you did back then. And I think that is the difference.
Yeah, you got more they can score. But like I said, you don't have those goons, and you really can't play like that no more. You can't play with that style. You get thrown out of the game now.
Right.
You know.
But not only that, you had teams like the Warriors that changed it even more, right? You talk about, what do they call it? Pace and space. And that's a new style of play, like where you got 3-point shooters on all corners of the court, right? And then you got teams like the Warriors where they're shooting threes from the logo. So now you got all of this space, right? That's created because of that. And so that forces the defense to spread out. They can't collapse on players. And so guys are now scoring a lot of points. So, yeah, I think part of it is not because there's not enough effort on defense. I think that's part of it, that There's not a lot of emphasis on it, but I think also it's hindered by the fact of how they're playing offense now. Because you think about it today, think about it back then. Them dudes didn't shoot a high percentage in the 3-point line.
Right.
they struggle to shoot the ball from 3 back
then. Yeah, you have very few long range shooters like that.
Yeah.
You know, Dan Marley, you know,
right.
Bird. You didn't have that many. There was just jacking them up like they jacking
right.
I mean, you see games nowadays, they jacking up 50, 55 3-pointers in the game.
Right.
I mean, it's crazy.
It's crazy how many they're shooting up. And the objective is to chuck them up, to force the defense to come out at you, to force to spread the court. That's the game plan. And yet they are chucking them up, and they're not even shooting them at a high percentage. But that's not the objective. So, like, I can remember the days, I remember as a kid watching the Lakers in the 80s and watching, with Michael Cooper shoot the 3-point shot. And my God, my man looked like he was shooting a medicine ball up there. It didn't have great form, and he was considered a 3-point shooter. So, the game has changed, and it's not to say that those players back then wouldn't have evolved into what these players are if they played in this time. I think they would have. I think Michael Jordan would have taken more 3-point shots in today's game. But, that to me, that's the big difference. I think there's more scores on the court than they were back in the 90s. And I love 90s basketball. But, I like the fact that now that just about everybody on the court can shoot the ball and play. Like, Dale Davis was not shooting the ball 15 feet out. He just couldn't. This form was terrible. I loved watching the Pacers back then, but Dale Davis and Antonio Davis couldn't shoot the ball 12, 15 feet out from the basket at all. And these were professional basketball players. It's
like you said, it was more closer to the paint.
More
fundamental, basketball. Wasn't as much isolation. Whole game. And I think they had more pride in playing defense.
I think they did. I agree.
Felt like they had a lot more pride playing defense.
I think they did. I mean, so much so that they will put you on your ass too. They will foul you.
No, big time.
That was part of playing defense, to intimidate you.
Absolutely.
Not to give up easy points. So, but yeah, no, I mean, it is what it is. It is how the game has evolved.
Like you said, it is what it is, man. I mean, the day Steph Curry came out and started making it popular just to sit back there and shoot half-point threes, you had to know that was going to happen.
Right. It changed the game. It changed the game. I'll say this, and I know a lot of people would put Steph Curry as one of the greatest basketball players, but I would, because he changed the game. He literally changed the game with the 3-point shot, to the point where now, and I mean, we looking at bitty ball, and you got little 7-year-olds chucking up threes like it's nothing. Like, I remember when I was growing up, I was the tallest kid on my team. I'm working on my post-up moves. I'm trying to just shoot a fadeaway or a sky hook. You know what I mean? And I'd have gave us change, and you got 7, 8-year-olds chucking up threes and making them. Yeah. So, dude changed the game. Thanks for joining us again. We do this thing every week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.